إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. ثم أما بعد، كان من دعاء النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أنه كان يستعيذ من هذه الأربع فيقول: اللهم إني أعوذ بك من علم لا ينفع وقلب لا يخشع وعين لا تدمع ودعوة لا يستجاب لها. The tradition of the Prophet ﷺ is that he used to seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from four things. Ilm la yanfa, knowledge that doesn't benefit. Specialize in something, or you go after something that is useless in your hereafter. That is something you're not going to find when you meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's focused on this dunya. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَعْلَمُونَ ظَاهِرًا مِنَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَهُمْ عَنِ الْآخِرَةِ هُمْ غَافِلُونَ. Doctor degrees, intelligence, scientists, astronauts, you name it in this world. But come to tell him read al-Fatiha, he cannot know, or he doesn't know how to read it. This is ghafla, that we seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from it. علم لا ينفع, قلب لا يخشع, heart that doesn't humble itself before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You hear the recitation, no big deal. You hear the advice, no big deal. Someone is talking about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you're talking to your friends, or you're not listening, or you're playing with your iPhone, or you're doing something. Seek refuge from a heart that doesn't humble itself before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. عين لا تدمع, an eye that doesn't shed tears. How can you not cry? How can you not cry when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to you and telling you what are the most beautiful things that you're going to see if you do good, and how horrible the life will be if you do bad? And He gives you a visual, just like a videotape. You watch it. When you listen to the Quran, brothers and sisters, you're actually watching a live video. For the believer, in your mind, you are in hell when you are reading or listening to someone talking about hell in the Quran. And you are in Jannah when someone is talking about the Jannah. You live with the Quran. تعيش مع القرآن. إن كان الكلام عن أهل النار فكأنك منهم، وإن كان الكلام عن أهل الجنة فكأنك منهم، وإن كان العصاة أو الكلام عن العصاة فكأنك العاصي، وإن كان عن الطائعين فكأنك الطائع. تعيش مع القرآن. This is the way you live. So if you live this way, how can you not cry? How can you not cry when people like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, وَهُمْ يَصْطَرِخُونَ فِيهَا رَبَّنَا أَخْرِجْنَا نَعْمَلْ صَالِحًا غَيْرَ الَّذِي كُنَّا نَعْمَلْ. Oh Allah, we beg you, bring us out of the hellfire so we can come back and do something different than the bad thing that we used to do. How can you not picture yourself? You might be that one. And at the same time, why can't you cry when you hear ادخلوا الجنة أنتم وأزواجكم تحبرون يطاف عليهم بصحاف من ذهب وأكواب وفيها ما تشتهيه الأنفس وتلذ الأعين وأنتم فيها خالدون. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, welcome, enter the Jannah, you and your spouse and your children, enjoy yourself, and He started describing to you the goodness of the Jannah, how can you not cry? So you seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from an eye that doesn't shed tears, because this is a sign of qaswat al-qalb, hardness of the heart. And you need to stroke the head of an orphan, or maybe sponsor an orphan, or go to the graveyard, or go to a funeral, or do something different to soften your heart. And the final one, he used to seek refuge in da'wa la yustajabu laha. You raise your hand and you're begging, oh Allah, I need you, I am the Muslim, all of that, and no answers. Why? Because وَمَطْعَمُهُ حَرَامٌ وَمَأْكَلُهَا حَرَامٌ وَغُذِّيَ بِالْحَرَامِ فَأَنَّى يُسْتَجَابُ لَهُ. If you live in a life the way you like, not the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes, and then you turn around and you ask Him for something, how can He give you that? How can He give you when you don't live according to His rules and you want everything of His goodness? It doesn't work like that. My dear brothers and sisters, هل أنت من السعداء? I ask you a question. Are you a happy person? Or at least would you classify yourself from the happy people? Well, here is what Ibn al-Qayyim rahimahullah said. Happy people have some qualities. One of those, إِذَا ابْتُلِيَ صَبَرَ. When you are tested, you're patient. You're tested with a disease. You're tested with a calamity. يبتليك الله سبحانه وتعالى بالصحة وبفقد الأحباب وبفقد الأولاد وبفقد المال. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين. Give the glad tidings for the patient people when they have those calamities. Here is what they say. إنا لله الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله. I am to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How can I complain? He owns me. He created me. He runs me. He loves me. And He can punish me if He wants. And no one can stop Him from that. He is the owner. Inna lillah. We belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And we shall go back to question us. So how can you feel bad when something happens to you? How can you complain to Allah, or rather about Allah subhanahu? Why God? ليش يا رب؟ والله حرام. هذا فلان مثلا مريض، والله حرام يكون هيك. هذا فلان مات بكير، والله حرام يموت على هذا العمر. حرام حرام, everything is haram in our life, and we are criticizing whom? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال وهو الذي يحييكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم. والله سبحانه وتعالى said كيف تكفرون بالله وكنتم أمواتا فأحياكم ثم يميتكم ثم يحييكم ثم إليه ترجعون. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم. He is subhanahu wa ta'ala the one in control. Submit and say inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un and don't complain. That's a sign of happiness. You take it and you say, He knows, subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's wise, subhanahu wa ta'ala, and He's merciful, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alim, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Khabir, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Rahim, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ghafoor, subhanahu wa ta'ala. يغفر الذنوب الكثيرة ويتقبل الأعمال القليلة ويضاعفها. ذلكم الله ربكم. هذا هو الله سبحانه وتعالى. This is how you think of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the second one, if you are from the happy people, وَإِذَا أَذْنَبَ اسْتَغْفَرَ. If you sin, immediately you say استغفر الله. وَالَّذِينَ إِذَا فَعَلُوا فَاحِشَةً أَوْ ظَلَمُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ ذَكَرُوا اللَّهَ فَاسْتَغْفَرُوا لِذُنُوبِهِمْ. Immediately you say استغفر الله. You don't wait, because you don't know when death comes to you. إِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهُمْ فَلَا يَسْتَغْفِرُونَ سَاعَةً وَلَا يَسْتَقْدِمُونَ. And the final thing to know that few are from the happy people. وَإِذَا أَنْعَمَ عَلَيْهِ شَكَرَ. If He gives you a blessing, if you look good, look in the mirror and say, Alhamdulillah, الذي اللهم حسن خلقي كما حسنت خلقي. The way you make me beautiful, make my manners beautiful. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you wealth, you say, Alhamdulillah ya Rabb. How do you want me to spend it, oh Allah? Here is how you like it. You do it that way. When He gives you health, you say, oh Allah, this health is from you. And I'm going to use it in the ways that pleases you. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you knowledge, you say, Alhamdulillah, without you, oh Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I will not be that intelligent or that successful. I will not make it without you. So help me use that intelligence in the ways that pleases you. Shukr. It's not just كيف حالك حبيبي, الحمد لله كل شيء تمام. طيب, what's the end of the story? What's after that? كل شيء تمام. We need to see action on that tamam. Confess it's from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say it by saying Alhamdulillah. Act on it to prove it. Action speaks louder than words. This is a reality, and this is faith, and this is religion. Today is the day. Today is tonight. What is tonight? 25th, right? Odd numbers, right? I'm not from the people who go odd and even. because I am the last in the man. And I hope that you are the last in the man to guarantee, like Ibn al-Qayyim said, لو كانت ليلة القدر في السنة كلها لقمت العام كله حتى أدركها. If Laylatul Qadr was to be hidden in the whole year, I would do Qiyam the entire year to make sure I got it. خير من ألف شهر, you can't miss that. But no doubt, it is more hopeful to have it in the odd numbers of the last 10 days. And this is an odd night, the 25th. So brothers and sisters, this is Duncanville Islamic Center, right? You know where you're at. I hope that everyone knows where they're at. And this is your masjid. And this is your community. And this is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you are to take care of it. I am here to help you go to Jannah. To help you build a house for yourself in Jannah. To help you maintain the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as we do every year. And we expect you, inshallah, to be there like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is always there for you. When did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forget you when you sinned? When did He say, today you sinned, I'm not going to give you your soul when you go to sleep, or I'm going to blind you or deafen you? Imagine if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punishes you for every sin, you will be destroyed so quickly. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala patient and merciful, so we need to show that in reflection. Duncanville Masjid is asking you for a brother, inshallah, to get 5,000